Welcome to Shakti Awakening. I'm Rebekah Kee Maya, and this clip is sharing a little bit about the path of empowerment. Because you're empowering yourself to be self-contained. And that's why it's so hard for empaths, because of the whole enmeshment, and they don't know boundaries. Because we feel it's almost like a compensation system. It's like, and a lot of people that have been in narcissistic abuse or have grown up in narcissistic realities through their parents, it creates a disorder, a narcissistic abuse disorder. You're out of order because you have been dismissed, devalued, denied. Deflect, it's the 4Ds. And so when you are dismissed and devalued and denied, do you see how empty you are inside? I had a fair witness to who you truly are inside. And so early on that happens, and then we create compensation systems, and that enmeshment is out of the need to feel safe. Because we have not been acknowledged for existing, because the person is perpetrated onto us about not existing, we buy into it because we're young and we don't know anything. We don't have the tools. We don't have the understanding. And so the path of an empath I can see is learning to empower yourself to become capable, learning to empower yourself to be standing in your own inside, because you've been dismissed and devalued and denied so much. Now you have to value yourself. You have to appreciate yourself. You have to know you exist, and you have to know and not deny yourself anymore. And so pleasure is the perfect way to deny yourself. It's a perfect way to punish yourself, by not having pleasure. By denying pleasure, you have removed yourself, and you're not in you're in the pain of separation. This is how they talk to their children. This is how they talk to their coworkers. This is how they talk to their friends. This is how they talk to their ex peoples. They deflect. They're not accountable for anything. They don't own anything. It's yourself. It's your problem. It's someone else's problem.
There was also something you said about having strong boundaries, and if there's a void around you, then I'm being pulled into the void.
The rabbit hole.
The other person who lives here with me is certainly void and empty, and has no joy, and has no happiness. And while I thought I had boundaries against my work people, I never thought about having the boundaries from home.
So your home is your sanctuary.
No, this is where I live.
Your home is your sanctuary.
I
And go back to
understand.
that candle. That flame inside of you is your sanctuary. And it emanates and it radiates. In your home, if it's not your sanctuary, it's a toxic environment. If you don't feel safe in your home, if you don't have boundaries in your own home, if you don't feel like you can expand in your own home, then you've locked yourself out, or you've thrown yourself out. And
Yeah.
so when you are undeniably facing this in this now moment, because that's what's happening, is you're having a wake up. This is your awakening in this moment. It's like, well, what do I do? Well, you have to understand that your inner being doesn't see it as right and wrong. It's just, it is. It doesn't have.
It is.
It doesn't have a point of view of it being good or bad.
It is what it is.
And in order for you to begin seeing that your inner being is part of your sanctuary, your light is part of your sanctuary, your home is your sanctuary. If you don't have that at home, you're not going to be able to carry that as a path when you go out of your home. Every step you take is your path to lighting your way in that empowerment. It's like that light carries with you, and that's your faith, and that's your guidance. And every step you take, you want to know that you're inside your inner sanctuary, so that you're not going to be forced to stop being that by outside energies. The outside energies of gaslighting, of dismissing, devaluing, denying, they deflect. And so when you're like, we're always awakening on some aspect. There's always a chance to awaken at any point in your life. And then you can either go back to sleep, or you can, that part awakens, and then you get to now navigate this new awakening. And your body is probably asking for a healthier body, healthier weight, healthier exercise, healthier mind. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And those that are around you don't want, they want to control you. Like, they want to control you. They want to stop you from being your light, because that means they have to see it and they don't want to see their own.
No, that's probably true.
Which is why having this candle is going to show you your light, but it doesn't necessarily show them your light. That's
Right.
that's a container or a boundary. You can call it modulating, you can call it compartmentalizing, but you know you have it, and that's all that matters. You don't have to tell anyone else. They don't have to see it, which then takes me to the next part of this projection. People that project onto you can only see through their filter. They're not even going to see your light if it's not theirs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so now, if you have a need to be seen, that's going to mess you up, because they're not going to see you because they're not willing to see their own.
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever it is that you choose, that you're willing to choose for you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be able to see any of it for them, because they're projecting it out there. And they're looking through their own filters and their own lenses, and those lenses don't have any visibility unless they're willing to do it within themselves.